What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay on the mix. And as I'm putting together other dope content for y'all, I wanted to put out a video and talk about something that I think is seriously important for indie artists to learn, especially if they're sending their music out to other engineers to mix for them. And it's called consolidating vocals. So basically, what that means is you're going to put each vocal stem into its own group, starting from zero. That way, when the engineer goes to drop the project into their DAW, everything lines up perfectly. It's a huge time saver for engineers, and they don't have to sit there and line everything up. So this is how I consolidate vocals. It's a super easy process. It's done on the artist part, and then they send it over to me, and I mix for them. So what I do is I take whatever stems I'm going to mix, which you see here they are with the stems, right? I solo out each one, and then I arm my recording on each one, and then I start recording. Now you see how it gave off this little bit right here that I recorded of dead space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that one, and I'm going to grab whatever else I want to group together or have to group together on each stem. And you're going to do these individually. You don't want to group everything together at once. You want everything playing individually because obviously I'm going to mix it. So then you're going to grab everything and you're going to group it together. However that's done in your DAW. Use Pro Tools. Now you see how it starts from zero right here. So when the engineer goes to drop this project in, if I was gonna send it to another engineer, this verse would now fall right on point with the beat. There would be no need to line anything up. And I'm just gonna go down the line and repeat that process. So solo out the next stem, record, group it all together, and you see how it's just coming out as one now. You always want to make sure it starts from the beginning of the project as well, because you want it to start from zero. If you start it from even 1 second, it's going to throw it off and cause the engineer to have to spend time lining it up. So you want to always make sure that you're always at the very beginning of your project, which is zero, before you start recording to consolidate. But as you can see now how everything is lined up right at zero. So now when this engineer goes to take all these stems and drag them in, all he'll have to do is drag them down to zero, drag the beat down to zero, and everything will line up perfectly, and he can get straight to mixing. Super easy, and it's super time saving as well. Game changer right here, guys. And engineers will love you because engineers hate having to sit there and lining up tracks. I've never met an engineer yet who said, "Oh, I love lining up the tracks." So it's perfect. Now, the next thing I want to get into, because this is very important as well, is sample rates and bit depths. So if I record this project in a sample rate of 24 bits, a sample rate of 48 kilohertz and a bit depth of 24 bits, and I send it off to my engineer and he puts this project in a 16-bit 44.1 kilohertz project, it's going to be off no matter how I consolidated it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your bounce settings when you bounce these stems. For Pro Tools, the hotkey is Control-Alt-B. And you see here where it says audio and it says bit depth and sample rate. I always export and record at 24-bit 48 kilohertz. That's my personal preference. As an engineer, I know people that do 44.1, 16-bit, 32-bit float. I do 24-bit 48 kilohertz. So I'm going to record and write down what this is and what these settings are that I recorded in, and I'm going to also send them to the engineer so they know, hey, my stems and the project were recorded in 48-bit or 48 kilohertz 24-bit. That way, when they go to set up the project, they can set up the project as 24-bit, 48 kilohertz, and when they drop these in, everything will be perfect as soon as they drag it back to zero. And that, my friends, is how you consolidate vocals. So stay tuned because I'm going to be coming out with some more dope content on compression soon, some more EQ content, as well as quarter note stereo delays to help widen your vocals. Stay tuned for those, and I'll catch y'all later.